The agenda is in order, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, move for approval.
Motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the Commission, your next agenda item is to receive the General Manager's report. And I'd like to begin by welcoming our newest Commission members. Commissioner Brown in his new role representing Clark County as a County Commissioner, and Clark County Commissioner Chris Gianchiliani. Welcome to the Commission. We look forward to working with you all.
Thank you.
How many syllables? Gianchiliani, 5 syllables?
5 syllables and 5 vowels.
I'd like to update you on some of the exciting things we have planned for 2009 and some good news from 2008. If you look on the marquees on those double-decker buses, you'll see that we actually were more on time in 2008. And that's proof that you actually can get blood from a turnip. That 0.6% increase in on-time performance doesn't sound like much, but in the industry, anything above 90% is considered very, very good. Anything above 95% is outstanding and very, very rare. By comparison, the bus system in Washington, D.C. has about a 68% on-time performance record. So this is meeting 20,000 time points a day across our system in the Valley. And that's about 7.2 million time points per year. With all the road construction, with dealing with accidents, it's a phenomenal success record. So I'd like to recognize and congratulate the gentleman to my left, Mark Wells, who is your Assistant General Manager over Transit, and his transit staff. And I'd also like to congratulate our contractor, Veolia. Tim Collins and Barrick Neal are here, and all of the drivers and the people that do maintenance on the system for an absolutely outstanding performance record in 2008. I think as you're aware, we have provided free New Year's Eve and New Year's Day service on the CAT bus system, including MAX and Deuce service. And this year we added a new wrinkle in that we added a community partner of the College of Southern Nevada, and we staged express park and ride lot service at the College of Southern Nevada's 3 campuses. Henderson, North Las Vegas, and Charleston offered express service from their parking lots to the downtown transportation center so that locals could participate in the revelry down there. I understand, Mayor, it was the best year ever.
It really
downtown.
was. They had, they predicted about 15,000 being able to attend based on the space, and we ended up with 30,000 people down there, and everybody had a good time. No incidents whatsoever, and maybe one of the reasons was that locals did not have to pay to get in. However, many locals did buy tickets to assure that they would be able to get in once there was the overflow. So it was a great New Year's Eve. It did not look like there was a recession at midnight when the 31st and the 1st. The town was booming.
Congratulations, and we're pleased that we had the College of Southern Nevada as a new partner for this service and grateful for their use of their parking lots. Our plans for 2009, it's probably going to be, I would say, the biggest year since I've been at the RTC. This is 10 years now that I've had the good fortune to work for you all. A lot of great projects in the works. We'd like to just bring you up to speed on a few of those for this year. As you can see in the pictures on your monitor, hopefully, these are some pictures of your new Sunset Maintenance Facility. It looks like it's really coming to fruition well, coming out of the ground well, and it's being constructed on 38 acres down at Sunset and Decatur in the southwest part of the valley, real close to the Beltway. And we received nearly $50 million in federal funds to build this facility, thanks to our senior senator from Nevada, Harry Reid. And this is going to be a state-of-the-art facility. It will be replacing our temporary facility that we leased in the early 1990s, thinking we would only be there for a very short time. It still looks like a temporary facility there at Industrial and Tompkins. I know that we'll be very delighted, and our contractors will be even more delighted when we open this facility later this summer. So we're really looking forward to that. It'll be terrific. It will include bus bays to house our new ACE Rapid Transit vehicles and the Deuce vehicles, and we're really excited about that. Right across the street from this facility is your Freeway and Arterial System of Transportation's Traffic Management Center that we operate in cooperation with our partner NDOT. And FAST and NDOT will be providing commuters with even more tools and better information to help their commutes this year. NDOT has been working on adding dynamic message signs and ramp meters and traffic cameras and other instrumentation to the US 95 corridor. And we're hoping that within the next 60 days that we'll be able to light up all that hardware and all that instrumentation and have new dynamic message signs and cameras out there in that part of the valley. And we will also be expanding the travel time messages on the dynamic message signs. You can see a picture of the travel times right there on the I-15 corridor. Currently, the only areas where we have that capability to put the estimated travel times up on those signs is from Lake Mead Drive out at I-15 on the north to the Beltway on the south, and in the next couple of months we'll be able to have that capability, we anticipate, in the US 95 corridor. Something to look forward to. And for the traffic signal side of things, we will be expanding the fiber optic communications network in several additional areas of the valley this year. And we'll probably be coming back to you either in February and March with a more detailed update about that expansion for FAST. So we're excited about that. We'd like to thank Director Martinovich and her staff for their efforts. We have an outstanding partnership with them in the operation of the Traffic Management Center. Now, as you drove here today, you probably noticed portions of the Downtown Connector project, and we have a very exciting project going on in Grand Central Parkway. The first phase of your ACE rapid transit system will be completed this year. The first phase we call the ACE Downtown Connector. This route will connect the Outlet Mall, the Government Center, Union Park with downtown Las Vegas and the Fremont Street Experience and the Convention Center, and half a dozen stops on the Las Vegas Strip, including one all the way down at our other park and ride facility at the South Strip Transfer Terminal. ACE will feature sleek, rapid transit vehicles. You can see a picture of one of those vehicles there in the gold and the blue. They look like a train, they operate like a train, but operate on rubber tires, so they are flexible enough to go anywhere. And the Downtown Connector will operate in dedicated lanes. You can see a picture of some of those dedicated lanes right there in the lower part of your screen. That will make the service much faster than it would be otherwise. Those rose-colored lanes with the landscaping we think are a very nice touch, very beautiful in downtown. The system will also eventually feature what are state-of-the-art shelters, and really shouldn't call them shelters, they're really stations that will have passenger information and ticket vending machines and many other amenities. They will also feature local artwork from our great artist community here in Las Vegas. Now, the ACE Downtown Connector is scheduled to start service in the fall of this year, and it will be the first in a series of rapid transit lines that will provide fast, frequent service for riders. We're very excited about that. A very important part of what will be an expanded ACE rapid transit system will be our new downtown hub. We're calling right now the Central City Intermodal Transit Terminal. You can see a picture of the architect's rendering here. This will be a LEED Gold facility. And we've outgrown the current downtown transportation center, and the city of Las Vegas has other plans for that land anyway. We will break ground on this terminal this year, likely during the congressional break in April. We'll have a groundbreaking for this facility. It's just down the street at Bonneville and Casino Center. The facility will include a bicycle valet and a bicycle station, so those people that want to commute by bike or that want to bus and bike will be able to hang or park their bike in a secured facility. There are showers and locker rooms there, and there will even be a bicycle mechanic on site so they can get repairs done if they want to their bicycle during the day and come back in the evening, pick it up, and be ready to go. This facility is much needed and will help us meet the needs of our riders. It's scheduled to open in 2010. Once again, we'll have the groundbreaking for that facility this year. Also this year, we'll break ground at a new park and ride facility in the northwest part of the valley. We have an existing park and ride lot in the southern part of the valley down at your South Strip Transfer Terminal that's been very, very successful. This lot will be located at US 95 and Durango and will feature use of transit vehicles in NDOT's HOV lanes out on US 95 to speed things up. It'll be a great service. We're scheduled to start construction on that park and ride lot this spring. On the park and ride lot itself, there will be a terminal facility that will be air-conditioned. People can wait for their fast, frequent service that will be express service directly into downtown and then to other key stops in the resort corridor. It will be a fast, limited stop service from the northwest into downtown. And this park and ride facility is part of our plans to speed up transit service so that commuters will find the service more attractive. Mr. Chairman and members of the commission, that concludes your general manager's report.
Thank you. Comments or questions?
Sorry. On the new facility, you said it's going to be green, LEED certified gold potentially. Are we looking, not just RTC, but at rooftops to do solar projects on top of the rooftops? Is that anything that's contemplated?
We are, for all of our bus shelters and all of the A stations, they will have solar collectors on the panels. We expect that we'll be able to contribute a tremendous amount back into the grid and
Okay.
hopefully be able to get a credit for that as part of the new upcoming carbon economy.
Carbon, okay. And secondly, you and I talked briefly about this, with the new station, because people can bring their bikes, but that might be a place to start the flex bike concept, or down the road, or maybe we could talk about that as another agenda item.
We'd love to be able to have a flex bike service demonstration project here in the valley and be able to expand upon that.
Okay.
Had great success with that in Europe and other parts of the
And some
country.
communities have done flex cars. Seattle, I think I was reading about, and a few others. Is that anything that we would ever be involved in?
We were approached by the operator of flex cars several years ago, and we expressed a great willingness to work with them. They did not choose to come back and develop the concept here. And as we expand our ACE network, I think we may be able to attract them back. They were interested with the monorail project and being able to do something in conjunction with that project. I think when they got in here and looked at it with the tourist market, they decided that it really wasn't something that was going to work for them. I think it would be more effective with residential commuters.
Residential is what I was thinking, because a lot of people come here from other cities where they didn't have cars, so if they thought about it, that would give them an opportunity to use a car when they needed to, but they could just drop it off at the stations at various places, so.
They'd certainly find a willing partner with us if they wanted to
And
make an investment
To
here.
Susan, thank you. I love the HOV lanes, so I hope you guys continue to expand those. They have worked. You have some people that abuse it, but every once in a while Metro does set up, or Highway Patrol sets up a sting on them. But that's always been the frustration I've seen, but it really does have an impact.
Thank you. We're also looking at, we've developed a regional plan, so in conjunction with the RTC, and Jacob and his staff will look at expanding that, fitting definitely a regional plan as we do projects and move forward.
Mr. Chairman?
Mayor?
Mr. Snow, will any of these fiber optics on the traffic lights have green?
None of the ones that you're going to go through will have green. But we're working on that color blindness issue for you. We appreciate your patience in that regard.
It's been 9.5 years.
Very good.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. We now go to your consent agenda, which is items 4 through 20, and that may be taken with one motion.
Jacob,
Mr. Snow?
we still have number 3, the vice chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
Pardon me.
It's a
I stand
Freudian
corrected.
slip there.
I'm just a creature of habit, so item number 3 is to elect a vice chair, and Commissioner Maxfield was the previous vice chair for the Regional Transportation Commission, and he is no longer on the county commission, no longer on the RTC, and so we need to elect a vice chair.
Open up to the board.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate the good mayor, Oscar Goodman, to that seat.
Could we amend that motion and just put Mayor Oscar Goodman?
Maybe Oscar B. Goodman.
Thank you.
Other comments from the board? Nominations are closed. There's a motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No? That motion carries.
Now, that no vote really threw me off.
Let the record reflect that that was an affirmative. Unanimous.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. I believe now we're ready for your consent agenda, which is made up of items number 4 through 20. and that may be taken and acted upon in one motion.
Is a motion on the floor? Comments or questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. We now go to your Metropolitan Planning Organization portion of your agenda, and the master of the Metropolitan Planning Organization, Dr. Fred O'Haney, will introduce that item.
Item 21 is to receive a report on the Valley View Boulevard corridor study. Mr. Chairman, the RTC has completed a study of Valley View Boulevard between US 95 and Harmon Avenue. The study looked at options for improving traffic flow as well as the feasibility of providing for an enhanced transit service within the corridor. Mr. Roger Patton with the Louis Berger Group, the RTC's consultant on the project, is here to provide a brief presentation on the findings and the recommendations of the study.
Very good. Mr. Patton?
Okay, thank you, Fred. As Fred mentioned, we've completed a study of Valley View Boulevard from Harmon Avenue north to US 95. That corridor runs parallel to the west side of I-15. It handles a lot of commuter traffic, but it also serves the Asian District, the Rio and Gold Coast hotels, the Springs Preserve, the Meadows Mall, the Water District, Embark, and a lot of commercial and residential areas. It has some serious problems at the present time. While it's 100 feet wide in Clark County, it's only an 80-foot wide roadway within the city of Las Vegas, and the boundary is Desert Inn Road, so north of Desert Inn, it's in the city of Las Vegas. It has a very low-capacity roadway within the city, has single left turn lanes at most locations, very few right turn pockets, high crash rates at the major intersections, an underutilized transit service, and no bus pullouts. The problems along Valley View are going to be exacerbated when the county finishes its connector project to connect Valley View to Harmon Avenue. This will provide a direct link between Valley View Boulevard and the resort corridor, increasing the amount of commuter traffic we're expecting to have on that roadway. Within the county section, south of Desert Inn, the county is able to restripe the existing roadway because it's 100 feet wide to a 6-lane roadway and can accommodate a great deal of additional traffic. That project is actually ongoing by the county. But within the city of Las Vegas, the problems are a little bit more severe. What we are proposing, though, within the city of Las Vegas is to restripe the existing roadway within the 80-foot right-of-way in order to be able to narrow the lanes and accommodate one additional northbound lane. That would make it a 5-lane roadway, 3 lanes northbound, 2 lanes southbound, to be able to handle that commuter traffic in the afternoon northbound leaving the resort corridor a little bit better. As part of the proposal, we're proposing localized widening at the Sahara and Charleston intersections to be able to handle additional turning movements, additional turning lanes. We're also looked at transit in this corridor, and we think the connection between Valley View and Harmon Avenue will offer an opportunity for a new transit line. What we're proposing is that we certainly maintain the existing Route 104, which serves part of Valley View Boulevard, but also to introduce additional limited stop service along both Valley View and then Harmon Avenue. We're proposing 15-minute headways during peak hours, operation in mixed flow, not a dedicated lane for transit. And we expect that we could accommodate, we're expecting ridership on the order of 200,000 people per month. But we'd be able to provide a headway that during off-peak hours would be less than half an hour from the Springs Preserve to UNLV, which is a desirable routing. Restriping Valley View to get additional narrower lanes within the city is not exactly compatible with bicycle service. So what we're proposing is that the parallel route just to the west, Arville Street, be striped as the bicycle route through this corridor. Continuing north using local streets, it would tie back into Valley View just north of Charleston, and then it would link up with the trails that are in front of the Springs Preserve and the Alta Trail and the Bonanza Trail within the city of Las Vegas. Our estimate for the improvements to reconstruct the roadway within the city of Las Vegas, Desert Inn to US 95, to provide 5 lanes of traffic where there are only 4 at the present time, with the intersection improvements for additional turning lanes, is $16.7 million. We've noted that it would also be possible within existing right-of-way to widen that little stretch from Desert into Sahara to 6 lanes in the future, if we chose to do so, at an additional cost of about $4.5 million. One important thing in this whole thing is that we are not proposing to acquire any residential property to do it, although we've got some sliver properties in commercial areas that we would recommend. Okay, with any questions? We happy to answer any questions.
Comments or questions from the board? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. We now go to the administration and finance portion of your agenda. And item number 22 is to appoint a member to the Stakeholder Advisory Committee. The RTC has had a Stakeholder Advisory Committee for the past, roughly the past year, and we have key groups from the community representing stakeholders in the community to provide guidance and feedback on important issues related to transportation planning for you. Now, Stations Casinos has had a member that has been part of their staff that has moved to Northern Nevada, and as a result, they are, and staff is recommending that the RTC board appoint Matt Heinhold to that vacancy in the RTC Stakeholder Advisory Committee. Matt Heinhold is General Counsel with Stations Casinos.
Motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Your next item is citizens' participation.
Is there anyone wishing to speak to the board this morning?
Here we go.
If so, please step forward, state your name and address for the record, and please try to keep your comments to within 3 minutes.
Good morning.
Good
Dorothy
morning.
Barnes, Las Vegas resident. I'm here, first I'll make a comment. Happy New Year, and I appreciate you all of you all that have made the bus service convenient for all the citizens of this area. I appreciate the new bus equipment. I hate to see when people damage it and put markings and things on the bus. I hate to see the buses being vandalized. I love that you all are trying to provide a good service for us, but then you have some people that either work within the department that are making it hard for the disabled people. I am a disabled person. I do ride at a reduced rate, and I am at city council meetings crying out to the mayor from time the city council trying to remove my name off a program. Okay, just this past week, I had an incident this New Year's Eve, after New Year's Eve, with a bus service. I have a little thing here from the police department where I was 86 off the 106 bus on my way to the fiesta. On New Year's Eve, I went out into the air and I caught flu virus. And I already have medication that I take for my knee that does, if you read, say, cause drowsiness, and be careful not to operate any dangerous machinery while taking this medication, because I have a knee injury, I'm facing knee surgery. Okay, everything the doctor gave me, it says cause drowsiness. I tried to explain to the lady driver, I don't get her name, I'd taken some medication and it had me drowsy. She had stopped a bus full of passengers and came and told me, you can't sleep on my bus. I went through this a number of times, and I told her, I said, well, ma'am, I went to show her the medicine. She didn't want to hear me. She didn't want to see the medicine. She went back to her seat, insisting that I must not fall asleep or I will be put off her bus. I did get put off of a bus. I called the police once before on this. I said, I'm disabled. I take medication. I've told my doctors how I have to ride the bus, and I fall asleep after taking the medication. That's one of the problems, but the other problem is I'm lied on continually by passengers that monitor the bus service, and maybe possibly even the big strike. Before the strike, I heard that drivers was help putting passengers up to lie to keep their salaries paid. Now, I don't mind them using my distress signal to share money with anyone that's in need. Well, when it puts my life on the line and jeopardizes my safety, and then they pretend they don't want us to fall asleep for our safety, well, that's very dangerous to use somebody's distress signal for some underhanded dealing the cards under the table. You can't see what's going on, but if you go to a casino, how many dealers you see sticking the cards under the table, dealing under the table? Nobody can see what they're doing, like a magician. Then you put the cards on the table, everybody can see what they're doing. Same thing with this here bus service. They're trying to deal some under the table, especially on the disabled citizens. And I'm not trying to badmouth the bus service. Like I said, I think you all have been doing a good job, but you have these people that won't cooperate and work with law enforcement or you all or anyone else. And then they want to make it hard. And then some of the drivers that's trying to be small and try to say, well, you're falling asleep on the bus, and they're not nice sometimes. And and after I tried to explain and show her the medicine, she didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to look at it or nothing. So when the police arrived, I told them the same thing. The police officers took time. He started reading the instructions, reading what the medicine say it causes drowsiness. And he looked at the driver like, well, if she tried to tell you this, you should understand that the woman can't stay awake, you know. And then plus, doctors that know how this works, when people are riding the bus and information goes in, it weighs heavy on a sick person. You can't, I mean, I've tried. It's just like I used to drive a cab, and I would drive 12 to 18 hours a day. And I have fallen asleep at the wheel, which is very dangerous. A cab driver did fall asleep and killed himself, ran into a train one morning, pushing 22 hours on the job. There's only 24 hours in a day. Any cab driver that drives from 12 to 18 hours, the drivers know you get sleepy. I don't take no dose. I used to drink Coke and coffee with the caffeine, but I'm not supposed to have a lot of caffeine now because I have fibroid condition, and the doctor says the caffeine is bad on me. But
Okay, Ms.
that's the only
Barnes.
thing help make you stay awake.
We can close up now.
Okay, well, that's to conclude, you know, but I don't like the fact that I, you know, get hollered at. I'm trying to explain something to the drivers, and they don't understand, and some of them are playing with us, and I've asked them not to play with me. I've even got on the bus and to keep from getting angry, saying bad things. I told them, don't lie on me. I don't lie on any of you all. Don't lie on me. I know they're trying to keep that program going on Nellis, but my health won't allow me. I'm not formulated for the lies, and in all due respect, I wish they would just treat me with the same respect that I treat them with. I don't lie on them. Maybe they won't let me in on some around this town because I won't lie. But I'm not for the lying, stealing and cheating games, stealing money, doing all kinds of secret stuff to get money. I just want to be able to ride the bus in peace. If I fall asleep and wake me up, that's fine. I appreciate it because I can't control sometimes my system, especially under the influence of the medication that I have to take to be able to walk on my knee. The doctor said, if you don't take it, I'll have to amputate your leg.
Okay,
So
thank
you
you.
must remember to take this pill, even
Thank
though
you.
it makes you drowsy. Because if you don't take it, I've had a shot of cortisone. He said, I will have to amputate that leg. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. Is there anyone else wishing to speak this morning? Seeing no one, this meeting is adjourned.
Just for future, I had a couple items, if we wouldn't mind talking. I got a call from some constituents that maybe we made a change on wheelchair access on the buses. Sometime maybe a future agenda item to talk about a program with the school district, which I think we've kicked around for years on school bus passes or purchasing bus passes for students in lieu of the school district investing in buying more buses. And the rate increases that were done, if we could have some kind of a briefing, because I'm getting calls as well, and that would be very helpful. Thank you.